Today in our 2018 Mazda CX-5, we're going to be doing a test fit on the Yakima RidgeBack 2-bike hanging style rack, part number Y02457. Now let's take a closer look at the bike rack and show off some of the features with the bike installed. On the ends we do have these two bottle openers that Yakima puts on all of their products. Up here we have two different points, or actually three different points where our bike is secured. We have two on top of the zip strips that secures the top frame of our bike and onto these cradles. These cradles do have rubber TPE padding. What that means is that these little grooves in there are going to act as shock absorbers for the frame of your bike while you're traveling. The third point of contact we have is down here in our anti-rattle cradle. Once we have our zip strip tightened down in there, that's going to take away a lot of the movement and the shaking that could occur on our bike while we're traveling. It's going to help prevent the bike from making contact with our vehicle or with another bike we might have installed. Now let's go ahead and remove it. Pull out these zip strips, set them on the arms for now. I would like to point out that on these zip strips, you can see it has a nice soft rubber padding that's going to help protect the frame of your bike from any type of scratches or abrasions. And we'll do the anti-rattle cradle. Now we can remove our bike. When you're done, you do want to make sure you replace your zip strips, as they could get lost if they're just hanging on your bike rack like that. And it's always a pain to have to buy more of these. Now I'm going to give you guys a few measurements to give you an idea of the space your bike rack might take up on your vehicle. So from the back of our CX-5 to the outermost point is going to be about 27.5 inches added onto the back of our vehicle. If we come down here and look at our ground clearance, from the ground to the bottommost point is going to be about 9.5 inches of ground clearance. However, your bike rack does sit very close to the vehicle, so you won't have to worry about that on any steep inclines. Then the closest point of our bike rack to the bumper of our Mazda is 7.5 inches, so that's plenty of space where it's not going to make contact at all. Now, the arms on our CX-5, or the arms on our bike rack, I should say, can fold down to conserve some space that we added on. We're just going to pull down on that little latch. Actually, we're going to pull down on that latch up top, and that's going to fold down our arms. Now, if we go from the bumper again to the outermost point, we're going to see we're only adding on about 13 inches to the back of our vehicle, which is a pretty big difference. You want to keep this in mind for any close quarter situations you might have, such as parking or even storage. Now we're going to come to this black piece right here. We're going to pull down on it. That's going to utilize our tilt-away feature. Keep in mind you do not want to utilize this feature while you have a bike installed. But as we tilt it away, we can open up our vehicle like so. We have plenty of space to get whatever we need out of the trunk and be on our way. When you're done, just grab a hold of the top and push up until it latches into place like that. Now if we come down here and see how our bike rack is attached to our hitch, right now we have our 2-inch sleeve attached to it, making it compatible with this 2-inch hitch receiver we have. If you have another vehicle in your household which has an 1.25-inch hitch, you can utilize this bike rack with it simply by removing that sleeve and then utilizing it for that vehicle. We have a safety pin right here. Our anti-rattle system starts right here. Once we tighten that down all the way, that's going to activate the system inside the shank to tighten it down and take away the shake and play out of a bike rack while we're traveling. That's going to do it for our look at the Yakima RidgeBack 2-bike hanging style rack on our 2018 Mazda CX-5.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. And finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.